Well, hi and welcome to my shop. I'm happy you're here as I'm working along on this PYE 39 shortwave radio. This is my own radio. I've had this for a long time, 30 years or more. Used it a lot when I was young, and it's been sitting fairly idle the last few years. Occasionally I've done a little bit of work on it, and what I wanted to do basically was pull it out, spend a couple hours tuning it up and put it away. And here I am many hours down the road troubleshooting a whole series of things. If you've watched the series, you know. So once again, I seem to be my own worst enemy on a lot of stuff. So now what I really want to do right now is I want to change this brown molded capacitor, which I suspect isn't even the right value. But first, before I do that, I want to understand, is that really in the right place? And I think the key to it, to understanding it, is the two white wires that you see right here. So what I'm thinking here is, this capacitor is connected to this white wire, this one here. It travels down. It goes onto the switch. Right next to it comes another wire back, up, to here. Whoops, to here. But if you rotate the switch, the other extreme, the last two positions, I think it's open also. This position. And it's back closed again. See? There we go. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, so where's all that on here? I know it's a couple places on here where there's just a couple wires coming up to be switched. Here's one. Quite clearly, two wires side by side. The switching ring. And the other one is this one here. There's two wires side by side, just like the two white wires. And the switching ring would work pretty similar to what this one almost looks. Wow, yeah. Enough babble. So let's go in and take a look at this. Okay, I'm going to turn off the autofocus so I won't be annoyed by that. So there you can see the in the back there. There's the two white wires. This one that's in focus in the front is the one that comes from the capacitor. Makes a connection. You can see a contact there. As I rotate the switch, you can watch for the contact. Now that snap is the on-off switch, which is right underneath the camera, so it might have been an awfully loud snap. So I'm going to turn it back on. You can see it made no contact, right? I'm going to turn it back on, the radio back on. Not really. It's not plugged in. Here we go. Just there's going to be a snap. Now we'll work our way through the... Well, there's nothing going on this at all. So let's take a look at the back side of it. Okay, so there's the two white wires. You can see them pretty much center screen. And yeah, you can see the slider, and you can can see kind of the top right corner is is one contact, and then I guess if you look at that round part and think about 11 o'clock, you can see the other contact. That's the one that's contacting, that's coming from the white wire, I'm pretty sure. Well, there you can see the contact plate moving under it. You can see the second contact now, just get that. There's one contact's off, and the set just turned off. That's a limiter rotation. We'll come back. You see the one contact's on. Now they're both connected together under the same slider. Come around, and there. Actually, there's one alone, and there's another. Now what about this other slider? The one that's at the, say, 2 o'clock position, the one that's right in front of us here. Okay, so if we look back at the diagram now, I think I know which one of these I'm going to say it is. It's not that one, because there's another wire. There's a third one. It's this one here. And you can see the two that are close together, then the third one. The slider and the whole shot. So we follow those two white wires. We see one of them goes straight back to a capacitor that goes to ground. There it is. That's the capacitor I want to change. C28, I'd say. So I come over to C28. I can hold 0.1 tubular. What's that last notation there? 350 volt what? What is that? That's some important information. I got no clue what it is. It looks like PJ. I don't know. Oh. Okay, no. N. Is it an N? PJ. It is PJ. What's that mean? PJ. Don't know what that means. Tubular, right? Okay, well, we'll put a 0.1 in there. Okay, so I'm glad I checked that out. Now I know for sure what it is that should be in there. Be interesting to see what I have in there, and this might explain why this radio just why it motorboats. Bad capacitors right in the tone control area. Not sure if that could cause motorboating. And what about that ground point? You know, I think this is a really dumb place to ground it. It's a ground point because it's on the shield of this shielded cable. And this shielded cable it comes back here. Basically, it's just conveying the audio signal to the volume control, or in and out of the volume control. Or what is it actually doing? I don't think that cable appears on the yeah, it's not really shown on the diagram as such. It's kind of odd to have it kind of out in the middle of space there. Well, anyway, let's get that capacitor out of there. I think I'm going to put it to a different ground spot. It's putting up a pretty good defense. Ooh, I got him. There he is. It looked to be in good shape, but it looked cracked, like a lot of them. Oh, what was that? What was that? That was 600 volt. A60M, I don't know what that means. Oh, there it is, right there. 0.01. 0.01. And that's enough to make me unsure of everything. Let's go back. It was C28. C28 is 0.1. Not a 0.01. There's a 0.1. There's a ground here and a ground here. It should just be like that. Boy. Yeah. How about another one? It didn't really get on there very good at all. I really mangled it now. That's one of the reasons why I like just leaving the old lead sticking out and just wiring to that lead, which I could have done here, but instead I made this schmozzle. Put enough solder on a connection, they always look good. It's like room trim. Put trim on the room. Looks great. Hide all the ugly stuff. Yeah, it's just making the situation much more difficult than it needs to be. Okay, I can do that. Wow. I don't know, man. It's really strange. Didn't go. Must be some wax on that wire or something. Something funny was going on there. piled a lot of heat into this thing now. I don't know if it's going to take. I don't know. It's very seldom that things resist solder this well. Okay, it looks like I got it. Let's give it a good tug here on the... Yeah, look at that. Not even on there. Isn't that something, eh? So you wonder where bad joints come from. There you are. Let's give up on trying to make that. Let's bend this poor guy's wires even more here. Oh boy. What can you do? Boy. Hey, it looks great. Sort of jumped into a nice spot there. Looks like a really well-planned thing now. What's going on here? This guy doesn't want to melt either. What's up? Oh, there we go. Got my soldering iron set just on the higher side of the ranges I usually use. 2, so it's not from a cold soldering iron. But I think I got it on there. My gosh. There it is. Okay, so that's the three guys there that we wanted to go after. Out. 3 molded capacitors. There they are. And I'm willing to bet this is the wrong size too. I might as well check this one also. Yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we check this one here? Because, you know, that's obviously me some time ago, maybe when I was really stupid, and well, it's coming from that other connection point on the same. It's got to be this one here. You can see this one here. That's a capacitor I just changed. The 2 that are close together, 2 white wires. And this wire over here goes around and, well, it's supposed to go to a capacitor. That's a little odd. Where that capacitor is, there's a solid line here. What do you do about that? And if it's a capacitor, wow. Okay, let's assume this is a modification from the original circuit. The modification, they added in a capacitor, which I came along later and changed into this. Because I'm sure I wasn't installing capacitors willy-nilly. So that being the case, I probably saw there was a 0.01 here, and I installed a 0.01, but not. Oh boy, I just don't know. Well, let's leave it. Let's just leave it as it is, and see if we can get away with it. The other one I want to check is this one here. So that one's coming from the one end of the volume control. The end that is not grounded. What? What did I just say? The one end of the volume control is grounded to this cable. Definitely, it's grounded. Well, then that's the same spot that has the 22 K resistor associated with it. So, and that's coming from the slider. Yeah, it goes to ground. There it is there. See? This is not a slider. This is the slider, and this is the tap, and that's the 33K going to ground. But instead of going to ground, it's going to the cable shield. Or is there something more going on there? I can't see. I think there's something more going on there. Let's take a look. Oh, it's not at all what I thought. The third terminal is hidden way around the back where I can't see it. And that is a ground, a solid ground point. Okay. So I take back what I was saying about the capacitor. It's fine where it is now. Anyway. Not that one. This one. Okay, so what's going on with that third one? The third is the blue wire which comes down, round up. Oh my gosh, look where it's going. What goes to there? It's a pretty busy point because there's a blue wire continuing and a black wire going the other way. Now the blue wire that continues over, now this is the output of the output transformer. These two wires here, this orange one and this black one, and this is coming off one of them, going back. Now let's look for that. So look at, here's the output transformer, and if you look, you can kind of see how it's connected to the speaker. Pretty easy. See a couple of wires coming down here. So one of them connects to ground. The other one has a busy life. The other one is the bottom of the volume control. It's the bottom of the volume control. Am I seeing that right? So the volume control is getting its signal. That's got to be feedback or something like that. What's the other side of the volume control here? Go up or down through R10. Those capacitors, and then what connects to this? Yeah, I'm going. That's like an optical illusion. Those switches. So. Okay, so where are we at? So I'm just fiddling around here, trying to decide whether I should change these two capacitors. So this one doesn't appear in the circuit diagram, so I'll leave that. This one, yeah. So we finish this one. So we go to the other end of the volume control. We meet up with. Wait a minute. This is the other end. The other end. We meet up with that capacitor right there. Right there. What would that be? That's 28. This is 30. C30. And it runs to ground. And that goes to ground. So let's take a look. C30. Let's take a look. C30. 30. Bomb here. Ooh, what's that say? Ay. 50, and then there's a symbol. Is it microfarad? 50, no, it can't be 50 microfarad. Ceramic, it's a ceramic, so it's probably, just a sec here. Let's look at this and see what they commonly use. Microfarad. Picofarad, microfarad. It looks like a P for picofarad and an M for microfarad. Yet I'm pretty sure well, see, the M and the mu can kind of look like the same thing if they're written poorly. So this one would probably fall into the picofarad because the number is too big. 50 picofarad. C30, 50 picofarad. Does this kind of stuff freak you out here? Yeah, put my hand here. Well, that's freaky. Okay, just leave him alone. So I'm going to leave that capacitor in there. That's probably not the right size. That is a, I don't know what that is. But how critical can it be? It's just a grounding capacitor. Famous last words. I think we should turn this thing on. Let's turn it on. So to do that, I got to hook up this 4 microfarad capacitor. Once again, still out of the radio from last time. Simply goes back on his wires like that. Speakers connected. It's sitting just over here. We're switched on. Broadcast band. Volume is down. If I remember right, the first volume setting on this was always very, very poor. Powering up. Okay, the full treatment here. And what we're hoping is a big difference.
take too much alcohol or take too much drugs. To some degree, we are also self-medicating with the ideas.
Well, that's a big difference. Hey, round of applause, thumbs up, all that stuff. Woo. That's pretty darn good there. Wow. This radio hasn't worked on the AM band in ages. You know, there's no antenna connected to it. That's wild. No antenna connected to it. Let's hear that again. Hey, let's hear that again. Where do I think I am on this? I think I'm on the AM band. I think this is shortwave. Tuning capacitor may be dirty on its moving contacts. That's my... No, I thought that was my signal generator. Well, how do you like that, eh? It's working again. Now, is it working really well or not? I guess we're going to have to, you know, continue with the alignment. And based on how the radio responds to an alignment. Now, you know what we should do here? We should put the antenna on it, yeah. The antenna or the signal generator, put one of them on it. It sounds like it wants to receive, so let's put the antenna on it. And oh, you know what? This isn't the band switch. Wow, I tell you, man, I am a little tired tonight. Sooner or later, I think we hit like a phono switch. Wow, a lot of weird stuff still coming from here, eh? Yeah, I think this is the AM band now. Still going with no antenna. This thing might really jump to life if it's doing this with no antenna. A lot more volume. It certainly doesn't sound like the AM band. Sure it is. Okay, let's try it with a signal generator and just find out. You know, I mean, I keep meaning to stop here for a bit, and I just can't resist going another step all the time. Okay, so I'll put it right in the middle of the band. That's shortwave. I'm going to guess 49 meter band. 49 meter band. Right in here. Right there. 6030. 6. I think I heard 30 kilohertz, I guess. So, okay, I'm confused about the band switch, but won't worry about that. Fantastic, I think. Still gotta do something about this. There's something wrong in here, for sure. I wonder if it's as simple as this thing. Wow, that's interesting. It's not supposed to be there. What happens if I short that out? Let's check for voltage across it. It's like the dead were talking there on the radio. Yeah, there's no voltage here. It just seems so odd, you know. That's why I'm sitting here silently looking at it, thinking, how could that have happened? Yeah. Now, in order to do that, I need another clip lead. Holy smokes, they're disappearing before my eyes. PYE. Even a little temporary sort of deal here would do it. Some kind of temporary thing. Okay, I got a big whopper clip lead. Let's try that. So all we want to do is just short out this capacitor here. Depends what band you're on. Its little heart is going pitter-patter. Nothing there. Getting a little musical. Too far there. Okay, well that's lots of stuff to think about, I think. I think I got stuff to think about. That's what I'm thinking. So, well, fantastic. I think we really got over a hurdle there. We're on our way to getting this radio working really well. I'm sure of it. So I'm sure we got more to do here. So we have to verify some of these other capacitors in case I've boomed them up somehow in the past. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.